Hello, fellow animals, fellow eukaryotes. Life is a wonderful thing to have. The ability to take in a deep breath is unparalleled when it comes to the aesthetic feeling of being alive. Although we are presented with grand opportunities in our years, the time should be taken to appreciate what is on the small scale, what gives us life. To live, we need energy to carry out our daily tasks. Energy is so important, for without it, all of us would be lifeless, idle, if you will. Thankfully, we are not. Each and every one of us eukaryotes has but one thing to thank: the mitochondria, the powerhouse behind our organ systems, our organs, tissues, our cells, ahead of our organelles. By structure and function, the mitochondria are the most important organelle within our bodies. It is thanks to our prokaryotic brethren that we have the mitochondria today. Because of their bravery and triumph, we are allowed to have the mitochondria with not one, but two membranes, one more than most other organelles in the cell within the animal kingdom. The first membrane is smooth, typical for most organelles. However, the second membrane, the inner membrane, consists of the cristae, a series of highly coiled folds that divide the membrane into two internal compartments, the first being a space, and the second being the mitochondrial matrix. To add to its superiority, the mitochondria have their own DNA as well as their own ribosomes. The mitochondria are autonomous, almost a unique cell on its own. As a matter of fact, we should be aware that all of our cells have at least one mitochondria per cell. But are you aware that some cells can have up to 100,000 mitochondria? The mitochondria clearly outmatches any other organelle within the cell. While that is only the structure of the mitochondria, the function is where the real actions occur. The mitochondria produce a staggering 90% of the energy our bodies and cells use. Unlike other organelles, the mitochondria do not need to wait for the entire cell to replicate itself to be reproduced. Because a mitochondrion is practically its own cell, it has the ability to multiply within the cell. The aforementioned mitochondrial matrix contains many different enzymes, mitochondrial DNA, and ribosomes. The enzymes catalyze a process known as cellular respiration. Each time you take a breath, you intake oxygen, which is used by the mitochondria to metabolize food and produce the well-renowned ATP, or energy. Also, the cristae, with its multitude of folds, creates a high surface area of the mitochondria, allowing enhanced productivity, better cellular respiration, and more energy. The success rate of the mitochondria is significantly higher than its competitors. The chance of developing any mitochondria-related disease at birth is about the same chance as dying while riding a bicycle. Most diseases are also hereditary, ruling out the chances of the mitochondria being held responsible. The mitochondria not only does its own thing, but has its own methods of making it faster and more efficient than any organelle is wired to do. The mitochondria have the structure that defines the standard for a champion. Its double membrane overshadows that of other organelles, and its folds provide faster metabolism and heightened efficiency, found nowhere else within the cell. The mitochondria's function is of greater necessity than that of any competing organelle. The mitochondria allow glorious life with its production of energy. It allows its neighboring organelles to sustain their own processes. The mitochondria is the most important organelle in all of Cellville.
Peace up, A-Town down. Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay.